come to Point Pilcher today to talk about my new book, Mountains, Mishaps, Death and Misadventure in the Blue Mountains, or actually it's also Miracles in the Blue Mountains, because there are 620 incidents and but only 235 deaths. So there's a lot of stories of survival, and also the book talks about the cooperation between the emergency services that results in this amazing statistic that hardly anybody ever dies these days in one of these incidents. So it's like no more than one a year, or if that. So let's have a look at the book. As you can see, it's lavishly illustrated. There are chapters on each type of incident. So for instance, there's a chapter on falls from the cliffs, and there's a chapter on bites and stings, but also various types of events like storms. There's 75 incidents devoted just to the canyons. So there are, for the first time, it has maps of all the canyons in the Blue Mountains, not just location maps. They're not meant to be used for any other purpose. So there are quite a number of, I think there are 15 maps in this book, and they've all been done specially for the book. And each chapter tells you about the types of incidents and how to avoid becoming part of one, because that's what it's all about, is how to avoid being involved in a mishap in the mountains, and how to enjoy yourself while you're here to the maximum without the emergency services becoming involved. Because what's happening is there are up to 200 people, perhaps even 400 people every year are being rescued. So I'm hoping that this book will help raise awareness of that issue, and because most of them are people just having an injured ankle or something like that could easily be avoided by simple things like wearing shoes and carrying a walking pole. There's a chapter on that also, it provides a history of the emergency services at the back here. There's also a chapter on snowfalls and also rock slides. So it talks about the environmental hazards, and also you can see in here how snowfalls, for instance, have changed over time, so that it used to snow a lot more than it does now, and there used to be a lot deeper snow as well. But it gives you some idea how likely you are to be involved in one of those types of incidents. I do mention fires, but I'm going to write a separate book about fires, so that's only briefly covered really. And also because we've been very lucky, because only I think 4 people have been killed in bushfires while they were involved in an outdoor activity. So that's not a big worry really, now, especially now that the parks are closed during bushfires season, if there's a major bushfire expected. So the cost of this book, it's $55, but I'll give 36% discount to emergency service members of RFS and SES. So for them it's $35 plus postage, and if you live in the Blue Mountains, I'll deliver it to you for free. Thanks for watching.